Okay, ready? Rio, just give us a thumbs up when we're ready.
Hi everyone, welcome to our next Home and Future event. We're here in Manchester and we've got a load of people here in the marketing suite for IQ Chandos, our newest property here in Manchester, and also lots of people joining online. So thank you for tuning in. Today we're going to be focusing our attention on the future part of our Home and Future series with uhomes, our partners. And we really believe that we're not just about providing homes here at IQ and uhomes. We feel that the investment we're making in a great accommodation experience helps set up a better prospect post-university. So we want to be investing not just in the home and accommodation experience, but also in giving our students their best year yet whilst they're at university, but also the experience to then take forward into their future careers, their next chapter once they finish their studies. So the purpose of this event is to grill our panelists. We've got some fantastic experts that you can ask questions of, and I'm just going to make quick introductions to each of those teams. So on my left here, we have Jason Yin. He's the founder and CEO of the very successful uhomes accommodation agency in China, now global actually. Jason lives in New York, and we've been working with uhomes for now almost 10 years actually. Yeah. And then next to me on this side we have Xiaoxin. She is our international partnerships coordinator. She works here in the UK, has studied in the UK, and for IQ is part of our team that looks after all of our international students around the world. So Xiaoxin is going to be hosting the Q&A. And then next we have Sophia. Sophia is the founder of Chaucer Global Limited, specialising in support for students who study in the UK and their visa arrangements. And in China, the Chaucer team also assists students in securing study placements here in the UK, right? She's been in the UK 12 years now and studied both in Southampton, also in Oxford and in Cambridge, so incredibly bright, I think. And then we've got Laura Robinson on the end here. So Laura also has been in the UK for a number of years. So Laura is an associate director at a very successful marketing agency. She studied here in the UK. Her undergraduate studies were in Leeds, and then did a master's in UAL in London. So she's got great experience of a number of different markets. And she's also, I'm told, a key influencer on Xiaohongshu with a massive following. So really good to have her as part of the panel. In the room, we also have a couple of our ambassadors for our Chinese Student Social Club. We have a program, and we also work with uhomes on this program, but to make sure that in each market we have an ambassador who looks after the interests of our Chinese students to make sure they have the best possible experience when they're here in the UK. So we have two ambassadors. Firstly, Meng Han, who is our current Manchester ambassador, living with us at IQ Hollingworth, where we've just done a live stream this morning, and Yimeng, who was last year's ambassador, and yesterday Yimeng won a fantastic prize at our Lantern Festival in Wilmslow Park, and also lives at Wilmslow Park. So this is great to have you both here, and great to have all of the experts here on the panel. Yeah. So this is a great event. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. Jason, I don't know whether you want to just sort of say your reflections on Home and Future, and then we can hand over to Xiaoxin.
Yeah, cool, yeah. Actually, Matt and I, we started this Home and Future co-branding events because Matt and I, we both strongly believe for student housing platforms, not only we care about where you guys can sleep well, we also care whether after you graduate from your universities will have a bright future. So as Matt said this time, for this panel, we talk more about how an international student can find a bright future in the future.
Great. So we'll get on with the questions. So Xiaoxin, you can ask as many questions as you like, and then many obviously questions from the room as well once we get through your key questions.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. First of all, I feel very honored to sit right in the middle of all those successful people. And Can each of you tell us your own career journey? Because like we all want to become a very successful CEO of a company, whether it's a small scale or big scale. So shall we start with Matt?
Okay, yes. My background, so I actually studied in Durham, had a great experience, studied economics in Durham, and then my first job was for KPMG, the Big Four professional services firm. I studied to be an accountant, so after I left university, I thought I want to be more qualified, so I studied to be an accountant, and after maybe 4 years, I decided rather than working professional services, I would move into commerce. So I worked for Virgin Group, so Richard Branson's group in their health club chain, and I did 12 years in different roles. To start with in finance, so my training was in finance, but then I moved into more general management roles, looking after sales and marketing, operations, our HR function, and so on. So I became the MD of that business relatively early in my career. And then from there, I had a fantastic journey at Virgin. And then after about 18 months of working for myself, so I did a bit of time working for myself, just my own consulting business. And then I joined IQ. And I've been with IQ now for, 9 years this year. Firstly in operations, and then in the last 5 years as CEO. So, two big industry roles. And then before that, a professional services role.
Wonderful. What about Jason?
To be honest, I'm very shocked by Matt's fruitful experience and background. Juilliard University, very good university, yeah. I studied in military school as an undergraduate for 4 years because my family didn't have enough budget for me to go to the normal universities. Then I went to Tsinghua University as a master, majoring in law. Then I went to Peking University for MBA. I just had 2 jobs. Background very simple. I worked for New Rental, Xindongfang for 11 years. Then I left New Rental to start uhomes.com to now another 11 years. So very simple for me. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to ask one further question before I move on to this side. So, as a CEO, because from my personal experience, it's like a very top of the career path. What would be the next goal for you?
I think for me, now that I'm spending all of my time doing live streaming of properties, maybe my next career should be in maybe social media.
A KOL.
Maybe a KOL. I don't know. Maybe I'm too old to be a KOL. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah.
What about you, Jason?
To be honest, I worked for New Rental for 11 years.
Yeah.
Although I had left New Rental for 11 years, still I think I'm a teacher. So 11 years ago, when I started at uhomes, I decided to work for New Rental for 30 years. So nowadays, I don't have dreams like you guys. I just wish before I retire from uhomes.com, I could make New Rental, I didn't do that for Michael Yu. Yeah. I wish I could, make uhomes.com to be a global student housing encyclopedia to help global international students. They can check information on uhomes.com easily to find a suitable place for them overseas.
Brilliant. Okay, so Sophia, it's your turn. Tell your story.
Okay, before I come to the UK, I'm a screenwriter in SMG, Shanghai Television. So after I come to the UK, my first job is a reporter. And then I think about, okay, maybe be a writer, really lack of money. So I transfer to the digital marketing area and then come to some business development. And after that, around 2018, I started for my first company. So I found my contacts and knowledge and experience. I can run a digital marketing agency by myself. Then this is my first company. After I got a permanent residence, I feel like that all the skills is for promoting something, but I need some key service and products. So how about the next steps? So I just think about, and around 24, at the end of that year, I opened my second company. It's kind of education and investment firm. And then it's kind of like so crazy. Now we have office in the main office in Hong Kong and also have office in Shanghai and London. Yeah, that is.
Brilliant. Laura?
Yeah, so I came to this country like 12 years ago, and I majored in fashion marketing in the University of Leeds for like 4 years, and then I did my master degree in UAL in London. When I was doing my master degree, I entered like a job fair with one of my friends. So basically, we were looking for some like part-time or intern opportunities while we were studying at the same time. And luckily, I got this job in a digital marketing agency. So I literally started with like very basic content creator role on the first year working there. And then very luckily, I got opportunities to become a full-time and also got sponsorship for the work sponsorship. So I've been in the company for like about 7 years full-time now, literally from a part-time to a account executive to account manager, senior account manager, and now I'm the associate account director. And also like 3 or 4 years ago, I just realized I wanted to have some other things on side as well, and I needed some other accomplishment, and so I started my social media and on Little Red Book. And yeah, now we've got like in total around like 280k followers across Little Red Book and Douyin. So yeah, that's about it.
I think it's very inspiring. I think I'm gonna follow up with a question that's more related to the students. So Matt and Jason, you both leading a very big successful business, and you have a lot of team members. So what are the things that you look for when you hire young people?
That's great. Do you want to go first?
For me? Okay. To be honest, maybe I'm not qualified CEO because as a lot of entrepreneurs from China, they say as a CEO, your most important thing is to employ people, right? But as for me, to be honest, I didn't do that job a lot, but I let my team to do that because I'm a person very, to be honest, emotional. So for emotional people, not easy to judge others. But I know how to let first line people to become management team. I care more about 2 things. The first thing is they must be passionate. To be honest, I don't care you're from UCL or you're from Cambridge. I just dismissed an employee in our New York office. That guy graduated from Harvard University. I dismissed her 3 months ago. Yeah. So you see, university important, but not important for me. I don't care about that. I care more about whether you're passionate, means whether you like what you're doing. The second thing I care about is whether you're honest, means yes, maybe you're not good at this, but you like it. You want to do this for the next decade. You like it with passion. I think you will be successful. So that's what I look for people in my career.
I think Jason's being very modest. I think looking at the team members that work for Jason and that you've recruited over time, people work for you for a long time. So I think they believe in the story for uhomes. I think they get a lot of experience and leadership lessons from you as well. So I think whilst you say that you might not focus on that as much, I think it's really something that is throughout uhomes a really good trait. Lots of people have worked for uhomes for more than 10 years, and you've only been in business for 10 years. So that's a good sign. I think from my point of view, many of the same things that Jason mentions, passion, commitment. One thing I think in this day and age, so this time, is to be adaptable. So I think people have to be digitally versatile because in the last few years, things have changed so much in the way that we're working. With AI, with technology advancement, with the change in the way people are consuming, I think it's really important to be versatile. Because if you're stuck in one particular discipline or avenue of your career, I think you might miss out on the opportunities to move between different opportunities over time. So I would say be curious, as students, be curious about the opportunities that are ahead of you, and be versatile, adaptable, and I think with passion and commitment, you can realise your ambitions.
Brilliant. So you must see that adaptability of me, because I'm doing international partnership. I'm hosting a panel at the moment.
Yeah, I think we all have to be versatile, and you've shown this in your role already. Our time in China together, our time here. I think you just have to throw yourself in to any situation and try and do your best. People always want to see you do your best. No one turns up to work to do an average job. They want to do a good job. So if you give people the chance and you give people the trust and the support, then they will try their best and realise their potential, just like you're doing.
Thank you. This is not about me, by the way. So honesty, passion, and adaptability. So that's the key things. So now we move to Sophia. So what should international students start doing in their first year, not their final, to improve their employability?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I feel like that when you start for the first year in the university, you need to ask yourself one question: is do you really want to settle in the UK? And if the answer is clearly yes, you need to prepare and to think about timeline. Because at that time for us is no, we don't have any after our graduate, if we can't find a job, we need to back to China. But now we have PSW visa, so quite a lot of people students will think about that. I still have 2 years. I can step by step find that. But if you at that time to prepare, then everything will be too slow. So I understand we need to study first, but you need to prepare in advance. So you need to think about it seriously. That the answer, if the answer is yes, you need to prepare for that. And a second thing is you need to understand in the UK working environment, the company didn't consider any previous working experience in China. You need to firstly find a UK internship and prove that you have some kind of skills, and so then you will go to the interview. And also, when you do some interview, you practice kind of narrative. It's how to impress people in minutes, and that is really important. And also start networking. And in the UK, find a person. Think about you're a smart person, you're a hardworking person, and maybe this person can recommend you to a company. That's really, really important. Yeah.
Thank you, Sophia. So I'm just going to summarize it. So there's a saying in Chinese, it's called 机遇是给有准备的人。对. So the opportunities are always just for people who are well prepared. So that's the advice for all the students nowadays.
Sorry, Shashi. I would just say, I think one thing I would say is that as part of the role I do, I also mentor students that are at university. So I have 3 or 4 different mentees.
Okay.
And one of the things that I've seen from them is that the earlier you start, and it can be really, it's a game of numbers. You have to apply for a lot of different opportunities because you'll get you'll get an answer no, but you're every step closer to a yes. So the more you apply, the more chances that you have to get a good opportunity. It is competitive in the UK. It's competitive in China. Very competitive. But it's competitive to get a new job. So you have to be willing to put yourself out there. Do your studies, but also make the effort early to network, to apply for jobs early, internships, placements, build up your experience. And then when it comes to getting a graduate role, you'll have more experience, more chance to get those jobs. Okay?
I agree. And last year, the same event last year, we actually got students come in with their CV, and they started networking with Jason and Matt after the event. So get prepared, get your CVs ready while we're hosting this, and speak to them after the meeting. I have another question for Sophia. So how can students use their bilingual skills and cross-cultural awareness as a competitive advantage?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the first part is the language problems. I feel like Chinese students are always afraid of making mistakes. But you need to remember that communication is communication. So I know quite a lot of people will correct like grammar, spelling, and pronunciation is not really good. But remember, communication is communication. Is again, and then after I go to a permanent residence, I came to the Oxford for some school is for the published writer have an intensive training, and some literature agent will come to the campus to sign the writers. And at that time, we also have some assignments, and luckily I got the distinctions. And the last tutorial, my tutor said to me, I know your writing skill is really good, and also but you remember you are UK-based Chinese writers. Your writing career in the UK will be really hard. And she gave me some advice, like you can publish some writers at some magazines, and then build up like your branding, and then blah 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 blah. I feel she's really caring me, but at that time I feel a little bit uncomfortable because she considered me as the Chinese writer firstly. And at that ceremony, and have a student representative is a typical British man, a lawyer and writer, and I feel like why he can be there to be attention center. And at that time, I feel like, do I just lack of the appreciations for others? And when I apply Cambridge, when I got the interview, the academic director asked me a question. It's like, how do you consider yourself as a student? And I sharing that story in the Oxford. I feel like when I in the Chinese environment, if I want to speak out, say something, I can easily be an attention center. But when I in the UK classroom, I first need to listen to others. This is what I need to learn. And my academic director said to me, if you're in the teaching in creative writing classroom, you are the only person can both teach in English and Chinese. Wow. At that time, I feel, I studied. I studied this course. And then I found that you need to think about something maybe you're not good at can be something you're really good at. Is you need to find your area. Why I always compare to native speakers, why always I want to writing in English and even win for that mother language person. So I need to think about that. Then I feel like when you find that identity, like you understand Chinese culture, it's Asian culture, and you really appreciate your story and culture, and when you in the UK environment, you can show this cultural identity to others, that would be your good selling points. That is, yeah.
I totally agree because Max cannot speak Chinese. That's why he hired me.
That's why you can find a job in IQ. Right?
Bilingual and cross-cultural communication is actually important, and that's what we are good at. Yeah, I'm gonna pass it to Laura. So I got a question for you. So, what advice would you give students when it comes to networking and when they feel shy and culturally reserved? Because I can see your confidence in front of the camera in the client meeting. So please share your advice.
Yeah, sure. I think I want to echo with Sophia as well. When people feel shy and when they feel like, they don't want to speak to the local students here, I think the main problem is language, right? So I think they're afraid of making mistakes, as you mentioned, like the pronunciation or grammar. But actually, I've asked a few people, British people, or even my colleagues, they don't really care that much about if you're making mistakes or not. Because I think if we're doing the grammar test, together, maybe the British people will lose.
So, maybe Matt will disagree with you because Matt studied in Durham. Yeah.
But
Laura, I think actually you're totally right. Many times, even in the UK, when you speak there is a tendency to finish the other person's sentence anyway.
Yeah.
So I think we can read between the lines. You already, if you make that first step, people really want to listen and you should be confident to start the conversation.
Yeah.
Even if you inside feel not confident,
Yeah.
it's good to make that first step.
100%. Yeah, I think and also people are all very, very lovely, and I think they will appreciate the fact that you are speaking the second language. We don't expect them to speak perfect Chinese, right? It's like learning the second language is a hard thing itself, and also a few tips maybe just to break the ice when you are, speaking to the British people. I'm sure you're aware already, like they like to ask, how are you? How are you doing? I'm not sure if they really mean it, but they like to start with that. Obviously, we learned from the Chinese, the textbook. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. And you? I'm fine too. But that's not like the reality, right? When they ask, how are you? You can just be like simply, oh, all good, what I did today, or, blah, 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 start the conversation. And another really good way of starting the conversation is talking about the weather, obviously, because in the UK, the weather is just been a topic that everyone start their conversation with, right? In the morning in the office, everyone will be like, oh my God, I've enjoyed the sun so much, or I hate the weather in the UK. So talking about the weather is another way of starting it. Or in the afternoon, be like, do you want a cup of tea? Like something like that. So I think there are a lot of things that you can actually learn to how to start the conversation. And as Matt just mentioned, I'm sure they will finish the sentence that you started as well. So, yeah.
Thank you. The weather is lovely, by the way.
It's really good weather.
It's very unusual in Manchester, but thank you for bringing sunshine to Manchester.
It's very rare, that kind of weather. Yeah. Today was some very sunshine in March. It's very rare.
Yeah, it is very rare, honestly. Yeah. Laura, so if you can just give one piece of advice you wish more international students heard, what would it be? Just one.
I think most international students, when they're studying in the university, they really focus on study itself, like really focus on passing the exams and also finish the assessment assignments. But if I'm giving advice, I would say that grab every opportunities. If you wanted to build up your working experiences, grab every opportunity to find whether a part-time job or an internship, because you never know what this experience is going to bring you in the future. Because like giving myself as example for, so like I went to that job fair with my friends, but it wasn't really initially my idea. But then as soon as I know that I'm going to go to that job fair, I prepared my CV, I prepared a lot of things. I did a lot of research about the companies there and find out which is the most suitable one for me. And then I went to the stand, speak to the founder of the company, and seeing that he's actually holding a lot of CVs in hand already, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm passionate enough and I can make impressions, like he can remember me, because that's just like so many applications out of everything. So luckily I got opportunities, and luckily here I am. It's all come from that tiny opportunities at first. So yeah, just don't be afraid of networking, don't be afraid of step out and just find opportunities. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's all the questions for today. So, do we have any questions from the audience today? Anyone?
It's so nice that I heard you guys talking about your career path. So, I have one question for you. So, when you're at the first stage, when you start to promote yourself or promote your brand in the UK market, can you give one strategy that you would use or you would recommend students who nearly graduate would start to build?
Shall I come to answer? And then you can think about your answers. So one thing I would say, and we've spoken about networking. One thing I would say is in the UK for work.
Oh no, that should be my answer.
Okay. It was a good answer. Yeah. So LinkedIn is a fantastic networking tool for work. So not for necessarily for social interaction, but for work. So if you're looking to try and make connections with companies, you can follow those companies online on LinkedIn. And if you set your own profile up and you're interacting with their LinkedIn, you can then see whether jobs are being advertised, what's happening with their products. I mean, for example, if you follow Jason, pretty much he will post on LinkedIn every day, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, every day. So you will get to know more about the company, and when you're then going to think about maybe a job for that company, you're really knowledgeable about their products, what's interesting at the moment, the news that they're sharing. So that's the curiosity that I mentioned to start with. So if you're curious and you find out more before you then go to meet someone, you can say, I know uhomes has been doing something on uhomes Pay or on AI.
Yeah.
So you know this information before you start the conversation. It's a really good way of networking. Yeah. Sorry, I stole the answer. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say more about the network. Actually, I think network, for example, if you want to work for Matt, right, you can send your CV to IQ HR. But I think at the same time, you can also to find whether the CEO of IQ will hold some offline events. Is that possible for you guys get a ticket to the events? If you can meet Matt, for example, last year in Sheffield, right? A lady joined our event, the panel like today. That lady, Chinese lady, just gave his CV to Matt directly. That would be easier, you know. So I think network, especially offline network, actually not only UK, the same everywhere, even China. If you have the opportunity, talk to the boss directly. That would be very helpful for you guys. Yeah, that doesn't mean you talk to the boss, you will be, a part of them. No, but that will give you a lot of, advantages. For example, if Matt, after the dialogue with Matt, if Matt believed that you are a very good, applicant for that position, Matt might, with a coffee time, small talk with the HR manager, do you get the CV from a Chinese lady, right? That will help you a lot because that HR manager don't know whether Matt, signal to recruit that lady. Yeah. So it's very, very useful, very helpful. But unfortunately, most Asian students, especially Chinese students, they're shy. They don't wish to join, such as today's panel discussion. It's a very good opportunity to help you guys know more important people. And those guys might change your life. For example, as me, I worked for Xindongfang New Rental. It was a coincidence. I met Michael Yu Minghong, Yu Lao Si, that was the winter, February of 2004, just a coincidence, 22 years ago. Just because of that 5 minutes walk, that completely changed my life. You see, so important. Yeah.
Okay, do you have anything to add? No?
Yeah, linking really important, networking really important. I say something like a storytelling. I know that quite a lot of people's personality is different. Like some people very shy. We like the I person, E person, right? But different. But you can practice kind of storytelling about yourself. Like how can be 3 sentences or even 3 keywords make someone can remember you. That's really important. So I just add on this.
Yeah, and I've just been thinking maybe the coffee chat, because I noticed some of the new graduates, they initiate the coffee chat on LinkedIn to go out for the coffee chat, and then remember them very well.
Have we got more questions? Okay.
One
more.
You're all working for many years, and I want to know, do you guys also include yourselves and promote it quickly? And what did you do right, and what characters you have?
Promote it quickly. I think one thing Matt just mentioned is you're not just doing the job, you have to do the job very, very well, and you have to treat every single opportunity as project very seriously. And I know just more you, but
Catching the fish.
lay back, no lay back, but just be really passionate and treat every single project as your next opportunity. So I'm sure that your colleague or your line manager are going to see, how well you are.
Actually, one thing I would say on that, which I assess often lies on the other side of mundane. Like, so sometimes a role can feel quite boring in the first 6 months. You know, you're doing relatively rudimentary tasks. I think the thing to think about is that if I put all of my efforts into being the best at this particular job, it's a boring job, but I'm the best at it. But people then go, they are brilliant at doing even the most easy jobs or the most. Now, if you solve problems for people or you do things in a passionate way, generally speaking, your bosses will notice that, and then they'll give you opportunities because they think this person can do even a boring job really well. And I think that's a really good attitude to have. So when you're thinking about getting a promotion, it doesn't matter whether your current job is brilliant or not. Just be brilliant in that job, and then you'll get other opportunities.
And I can share something with you guys. You know, a lot of Chinese media said, if you work in UK or in any other Western countries, your working life will be different. For example, weekend, you will not work. Weekend, you will not respond to your boss messages. That was a rumor. Yeah. For example, even last night, very late, 11 p.m., Matt still sent a message to me. You know? And in weekend, because I travel to different countries, we have a time difference. Sometimes when it was my Friday, but actually it was Matt's Wednesday, so my Saturday, still if I send a message to Matt, I found that Matt respond to me very quickly. So you see, no matter where you are, hardworking to prove yourself with data, with facts, with results, I think that is real shortcut to be promoted.
Yeah, good point.
Okay. I'm going to hand the mic to Heather.
I'll just ask you.
Okay.
We've got some questions from the live stream, so across YouTube and WeChat as well. So let's think through. What are probably for Matt and Sophia actually? What are 3 core competencies UK employers value most in international students?
Okay, so what 3 traits do UK employers look for in their recruitment process? And we talked a little bit about this at the start, actually. But I think, firstly, the starting point, I think, is an intellectual curiosity. I think everyone here, I think, is probably going through a very good quality degree. But as Jason said, everyone can get a degree, but it's how you use your knowledge and use your expertise in the best way. So being curious with your knowledge, I think, is important. Second, hard work. As I said, it doesn't matter which type of job it is. If you work hard, people will recognise your hard work. When I say hard work, I also mean not just effort, but also passion. So be enthusiastic about the work. I think that's really important. And then finally, I think when someone has a vision to improve whatever they're doing, so a way of looking at a problem and providing a solution. If you can provide solutions for the companies that you work for, they will give you opportunities to look at bigger problems, because if you find solutions for small problems, you can probably find solutions for big problems. And that's what companies generally, I think, look for in their people.
Yeah, in Chinese words, 创造价值, to create additional values for the company. Yeah, that's right.
I also want to give some keywords. Firstly is reliable. I feel like it's really hard to find a reliable young person. Yeah, so be a reliable person. Like if I pass a task to you, you can really handle it and also meet every condition by deadline. That is really important. And second thing is hardworking. I put reliable first line, and then hardworking. Hardworking is really important, but don't play hardworking to me. Yeah, I don't want fake hardworking. And also, I like networking things. I also sometimes notice the kind of person like he can just if we just sit around the table, it can be one by one to ask the waiter. But that is just unnecessary because people can't remember you. And the third thing can be smart, and show you different, unique things to others.
Well, I think one thing there is the hard work doesn't mean always just be there for longer. Work. So I'm going to combine your last two. People say work smart, don't work hard. So I think do both. But I think it's important to think, I'm not just here for every hour of the day, it's the productivity that you do which makes the difference. So if you're working hard, passionate, get things done, I think people generally see that and will value you as an employee.
So you see, it's a rumor. The British people, they don't work hard. It's a rumor, you know. Yeah.
I've got one more from the live stream. How can international students get company projects or internship opportunities when they're on campus here in the UK? Does anyone have any?
I think you should answer this question. Right?
Okay, fine. So the key thing is that most employers in the UK that have graduate schemes also put in place work experience sessions. Some of these are not even where you go to their offices. They are online to start with, so maybe just one week, some 2 weeks, some do spring placements and summer placements. And when I said before that it's really important to start early, we really encourage you to start early. So maybe if you're in your undergraduate studies, you should start for your first summer, maybe your second summer, so that you've got experience before you're then looking for a graduate role. I think many students I know, and we've spoken about the panel here, have gone on to do a master's. That obviously is another year of study, but you should be thinking about how is this going to build my prospects for a graduate role once I've finished. You have 18 months now in the UK after you finish your studies, and then after that you need to be sponsored in a skilled work visa. So look for the opportunities from, I think, generally bigger employers. And one thing I would say is that the big cities generally have bigger companies that pay higher salaries. So they're competitive, but look for those companies, because in order to be on a skilled work visa, you have to have a higher salary. So look for the opportunities that can give you that higher salary after 18 months in the post-study work visa. Hopefully that helps.
Yeah. Actually, I want to share something with you guys for this question. There's a very famous slogan, a very, very famous joke in China called "How to put the elephant into the fridge." You need 3 steps, right? Yeah. 怎么样把一个大象关进冰箱里呢？需要分3步。The first step, open the door of the fridge, right? The second step, put the elephant into the fridge. Finally, close the door. So that means if you want to work for Matt, but IQ is difficult to work for them. They are a huge company owned by Blackstone. That means if you can work for IQ, not only higher salary, but also more opportunities. But before that, you can work for me. Right? It's much easier. But when you work for me, you will have the opportunity to know Matt, to know IQ people. So IQ also needs some people know uhomes, because uhomes is the biggest partner of IQ. So you see, so sometimes our young people always want to go for Matt directly. Yes, maybe you're not so lucky. If you're not so lucky, you can try. Okay, which companies are working with IQ so closely? Maybe I can work for them at first. So you see, so everyone can have your dream, but sometimes our way to the destination a little bit longer than others. But just remember, be passionate. Just believe in what your dream is. You can achieve that.
Yeah, exactly. And say yes more than you say no.
Yeah.
I think in life, generally, if you approach things with a very positive attitude, people give you an opportunity. You say, can you work on this project? I'd love to work on that project. Yes, I'll do it. So go for it rather than say, I'm not sure I'm experienced. Really put yourself out there. That's really important.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you so much. I think I've learned a lot. So firstly, be passionate, and then be honest. We need to work hard and also work smart. So, and also another important thing is, when you work hard and when you work smart, don't be shy. Just do everything so that your boss can see that. Like what I'm doing now. And it's trying very hard. So thank you so guys for thank you so much for attending this event today. So we got some food and drinks just in the next stop. Please help yourself, make yourself home, and we'll see you next year. Thank you.
Thanks for everyone that's joined in the live stream. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. clear. That's
drinks
great.
just in the private dining room.
Okay.
All these goodie bags are for you guys to take. Thank you so much.